Hey y'all. Oh no, Arkansas's got me. Went out and got a few rocks today. Thought I'd share some of them with you. Some of them have spent a little time in muriatic acid. Some nice quartz, druzy-ish pockets there, vugs. Got this crazy little guy with some fossils in it. I like finding goofy stuff like that. Not much else going on, just that one face. Another one of these. So this one I'll get to put in the muriatic acid so that the other one I can just keep natural. This one took a pretty hard hit in its life and a little scarred up. Give it character. We'll see how that cleans up in the acid. I did find and it's just a quartz ball, quartzite. I don't see any chalcedonies, but I like that reddish, orangish, pinkish. It's really nice. I was hoping to get some better lighting. My podcast spotlight. Oh, that's a little chalcedony-ish right there. My light crapped out on me, so I am without. Now here, this one's staying in the personal collection. Not sure what to do with it. I think I'll just leave it natural. Nice Crowley agate / geode. I'm not sure what happened to the other half. I looked for it and I couldn't find it. I imagine it's been pulverized from years of plowing and being driven over. These are all side of the road finds, by the way, every one of these. Some lady stopped me the other day and says, "You're stealing from the county?" And I kind of looked at her and said, "You're not minding your own business?" Lady, I just had 2 cops stop and ask me what I was doing. I said, "Collecting rocks," and they drove off. I'm not sure if we would call this a Crowley Ridge agate. I mean, there is a seam agate. You can see the seam agate. And the host below and above is not like your usual Crowley. I'm liking them nonetheless. Another quartzy ball with some nice druzy pockets. Again, I know the quartz balls aren't real popular or sought after, but I like them, and that's all that matters to me. This one I'm not sure. This one obviously it's got so many fractures, but you can see an obvious fossil there. So I'm debating, is this a slicer? Toss it in the tumbler and hope for the best, expect the worst? I'm not sure yet on that guy. They can't all be winners, but they sure try. Here we got another seam agate. And the interesting thing about this tan, what looks like that Merrimack and limestone, this nice chalcedony top, like a ghosty, mossy ghost agate. That's kind of cool. I didn't even notice that in the field. But in the muriatic acid, the tan goes away. It's like a really light root beer color. This guy just has this weird feel right through there. There's just that runaround layer. The rest of it, it's like, eh. And then there's that one little seam agate running through there. I might cut it here, throw that in the tumbler and see what happens. This one, another real interesting. I'm finding a lot of these oddballs where, you see that and you're not really, there's no reason to pick that up. But this isn't how it was laying. It was laying like this. Now that gave me every reason in the world to pick it up. What in the world is that? It's very waxy. It's very hard. Very distinct, separate, as if a fossil of something, but I don't know what had T-shaped bones. But that's I love finding. Now these are, I looked up Crowley Ridge agates, and a lot of the ones I saw were more with the, you know, all busted up and weird shape like this. These are, when you look up online, at least what I'm finding, they say they're not very colorful, grays, browns, and tans, not very much color. But then what am I finding in here? There's your grays, your tans, your little bit of reds, tons of quartz, tons of chalcedony, and then the limestone and whatever else. This is one of the bigger ones I found. I'm not sure what to do with them, but I'm liking them. Boy, this is going to be up, might be too long for Facebook by the time I get done with this vid. Some of them I just grabbed because of their uniqueness, the obvious conglomerate of different fossils that had gotten agatized in there. These will all light up with a flashlight, so they're either quartzite or chalcedony. I got a few of those. No need to show you the others. This one right here, again, not really sure if you could call it a Crowley Ridge. It's just got that chunk right there and stops. So no idea how, but it does look like it goes all the way through and through. So the butt of it being here, passing all the way through, a whole bunch of nothing fancy, except for this real weird looking stone that grew or formed in there. This one just has this really smooth feel. Whether it's quartzite or chalcedony, I won't know, because it has this Merrimack look here with a waxy look here. Then it goes back to a limestoney look, to a sandstony look. Obvious stromatolite, just whether it agatized or not. Obviously missing the heart, the meat of it, that center of the separate layers, but yeah, it's punched you. This was the biggest I found today, biggest Crowley Ridge. I haven't done much more research on these to know if it's rare to find them this big. Again, I'm not seeing a whole lot other than, you know, oh, here's a Crowley Ridge agate. But this thing is heavy. I mean, this is full pound easy. It's really sad to see that fracture across that beautiful face, but that happens. Maybe I just take a slice there and make it sit like that. This might be a good candidate to go in the muriatic acid to see if it'll take that iron off of there, rust. I'm just afraid it's going to lose the pinks and the peaches, and it will be just a bland, that the unique color I'm seeing is just an allusion to the dirts and minerals that have encrusted it over thousands and thousands of... Yeah, this is one of my favorites. It's a nice flat palm stone. Very plain old bottom. Plain old bottom. I know that's just a chert, but you know, when you cut into these cherts, you never know what you're going to find, because that to me is a quartzite, and that is quartzite to chalcedony, little nodules. You know, most people see that and just think, oh, pretty chert, pretty banded chert, but you know, dime a dozen. You know, leave no rock unturned. Leave no rock unturned. Another one that, you know, it's not much commercial value. Conglomerate with a lot of feldspar, but I like it. That'll go in the garden. Next to this one, same theory. And the second you cut this, it shatters. You know, you go to make your cut across here, And this chunk is going to come in at 4 pieces minimum. Learned that the hard way. This is a nice one that I'm wondering if I can shape that into a tower, a little tower or something. It just has so many different colors. It's definitely hard as hell. It's definitely a Chalcedony. There's definitely jasper and of course Chalcedony. My faves. And banded irons that went to quartzite. Could be some Chalcedony in there, like this guy. Why did I grab this guy? I think I plan on cutting this guy right this way. Take a look at what's inside. Of course, this might make a good cut too, but need a new blade for that kind of action. There's another candidate for the muriatic acid. Get that black whatever it is off of there. And see more of that. Get that out of there so it's all white and clear. Nice little piece of Crowley Ridge that had broken over time. These are just so smooth. They're so smooth. And then this stuff is so rough. So you can't really tumble these because it's going to fracture, it's going to break, and then it's only going to polish the high stuff. It ain't going to touch that inner stuff. You'd have to grind it flat, and then you're going to lose so much. So a lot of these I just leave natural if someone else wants to take them off of my hands and try to make something pretty out of them. Otherwise, that Crowley is insane. And once again, it's that sheet. Nothing going on. Give me a big enough saw to cut all that junk off and brighten that up, make it pretty. Right there, she's going to break right there. But it is what it is. This, I just like the shape of it. I find so many rocks with that hump ridge, like as if it's got to be a fossilized something from the bottom of the sea. It's just way too common to have that same fold, the same shape. And then this one, bing, 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 little fossil imprint in there. So very sandstony feely there. But it does all around. You never know with the skins, because the skins can be tricky. They might only be a 1/2 millimeter thick, and that might be red jasper or a carnelian or a chert or a, speaking of chert and chalcedony and a lot of unknowns, almost like shale. Yeah, that's a really weak rock there. Another Crowley with some unique looks. See that red jasper in the center, and I bet that lights up with a flashlight, which would mean it's not jasper. Holy cow, I've reached the end of my bucket. What can I say, folks? Thanks for checking me out. Let me know what you think of these rocks.